Today on Outside the Box Reviews, I tried to think of the most harmless thing, something I loved from my childhood, something that could never ever possibly destroy me. The Funko Pop Movies figure number 109, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, again. And this is the burnt variant of the figure. Same numbers, same sculpt, but this guy's gotten a little toasty. This figure, I believe, is eventually going to be available everywhere, but has been for quite a while a Hot Topic pre-release exclusive and hard as hell to track down and find. So is this figure a waste of time to track down, or does it leave me wanting more of these figures? Let's take a closer look and find out. This is a horrible pun. Oh well. And I have to say right off the bat that Funko's variants normally annoy the living hell out of me, and also make me happy in the same respect, mostly for the fact that I never feel the need to buy them. They take the same figure and they never retool anything. Nothing's ever different. Really, Funko only has a very short list of things they do to make it exclusive. They make it bloody, they make it metallic, they make it glow in the dark, or they flock it. Or they do some combination of those things. But here, they've taken the figure and not retooled anything and completely changed it just by changing the facial paint on him. And I think it's an amazing difference. Looking at these two figures, when I saw pictures, I honestly thought they had retooled the head, but it's just some very cool repainting going on here. And that makes me very, very happy. You see Stay Puft has obviously the big toasty parts on him. That's the big appeal of this one. He looks like he's been burnt up after being blasted by the Ghostbusters. It's all over him, on his arms, on his face, on his legs, just all over the figure. Looks very good. They painted some angry eyebrows in on his head. They made his eyes look all squinty and angry and made his mouth look like it's roaring in pain. And it looks so different from the first release in that respect that I absolutely love it. The sculpt is as good as ever. It's got the big kind of mini marshmallow looking head, the big square head that I love on this figure. Just a great look. His little Stay Puft hat with the red tassel hanging off. The paint on this one is actually significantly cleaner than my regular release, which is kind of surprising. He's got his little sailor suit going on here, his little Michelin Man arms and legs. Not really a whole lot to talk about with this figure. There's not much going on here as far as sculpt that I haven't already talked about in its own review, but I pretty much just had to show off how cool this effect is. The burnt effect, just phenomenally done. And like any other pop figure, he rotates at the head. And that's it. And just for a size comparison, you can see him here next to Ray, and he is a good bit larger than your average pop figure, this being the deluxe. I think it makes a very cool visual statement on your shelf. So overall, yeah, I probably didn't need to shoot this review. I probably should have just posted pictures of this guy on Facebook, but I'm really, really impressed with this. And I think it's worth giving it its own review just to give it a very, very high recommendation. As someone who does not pursue the variants that Funko does very often, this is one I think is worth tracking down. Now, to get my hands on this guy, I basically had to check Hot Topic's website a lot. Basically just scour their website, refreshing every few hours and seeing if it came back in stock. I actually had to Google search burnt Stay Puft Hot Topic because it was not appearing on their website for a search. You actually had to go to it through Google to find the page. I guess because when it's sold out, they probably take them off their main site. But I finally found it online, did a ship to store, picked them up. Freaking awesome figure. Very happy to get them. And Hot Topic's website is constantly doing sales and coupons and stuff, so if you get lucky, you might actually be able to get them at a discount like I did. And I did also see one in a store, in the wild, so it is happening. The scalping on these, I think, is dying down a little bit because I'm sure that pre-release exclusivity is coming to an end if it hasn't already ended and I just haven't seen him elsewhere. So either way, keep an eye out for him. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, I'd actually say get this one over the original release. I think this is even cooler, but I like having both quite a bit as well. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also check me out on Facebook, link below. And until next time, if there's something strange on YouTube, who you gonna call? Outside the Box Reviews.